Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so busking in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star, Spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Country Club. How are you today? It is fantastic to be back. Even though I've been here a couple times on Fun in the Country Basement, it's country time again. How about that? Well, today we are going to talk about that MMU2, but first I'm going to say hello to Matt from How I Do It, John Mack, Carl from Naked Designs. Robert Reynolds is in the house, and Nuru is back as well. Thank y'all all for showing up. And hey, there's my beautiful wife sitting in there on the couch, playing on the internet as she should be, making sure I don't miss nobody. Alright, so we got 12 watching, which is cool. And you know, we in here. We're good. But we are going to go over the MMU2, which, as you can see, is printing right now. What's up, Paul Cumber? How are you? And I do want to show, I'm going to pop up this image real quick right here and try to get it to focus. There we go. Well, kind of. There you go. There we go. For yesterday afternoon, okay, these were not my first tries, okay? And we're going to discuss that. Sorry, I'm getting out of camera here. We're going to discuss that, okay? Yeah, I do have the orange and blue Polyalchemy Elixir loaded up. And as you, well, you can't see right, well, you can. I actually sliced this one myself, which I'm very proud of because it, you know, it's new. I haven't done it before. It's not difficult. What's up, Dragon Monk? How are you? It's not difficult to slice the models. But I also started playing with Mesh Mixer today on how to separate models. That's a little more intricate. And we're actually going to do that on a stream. Probably not this week, and I'll tell you why not this week. A little later in the show. What's up, Whatever Maker? But we're probably not going to do that this week. Let me turn this camera off so I can talk to you for a minute. Because as you know, what's up, Brian Vines? Hey, everybody, it's Fernando Pena in the house. But anyway, what's up, Steven? The Light Speed. Thank you, Paul Cumber. I'm glad to be back online. But the Hurricane, here, let me pull it up. I'll pull up my, I don't know which screen I've got shared. I think I got this one over here. Let me pull up the weather map. I want to show y'all something here. And it is my right there. I believe, let me see which screen share I have on here. Let me find the screen. Yeah, because I want to show y'all what we're going to be dealing with here over the next couple of days. Can't stay long? Okay, cool, man. Alright, cool. That's cool, Brian Vines. Let me, yeah, I'll leave that just like so. And now let me find my screen share. Video capture. Overhead, Stargate, spacebar, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. I've got it here. There. Alright. So, this is what we're dealing with. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but this little number out here means that it's supposed to hit ground as a Category 3. It does not look clean in here, Lightspeed. Don't even think so. As I said yesterday on Fun in the Country Basement, I haven't been in here since I took off. I did the alien box. I did the 2 Fun in the Country Basement. Yeah. Other than that, I have not been in here until yesterday and today. Last night and today. I haven't cleaned up nothing. Now, I did move some things, so it may look a little cleaner behind me, but it is not. Believe you me, it is not. What's up, David Olson? So, the number out to the left is a 3, okay? And as you can see, it's coming in just, well, they've got the center, you know, the cone of probability is right here. My house is right here. If you can see my mouse, my house is right here. All right? We're on the wrong side of this hurricane. We are going to be on the wrong side of this storm when it comes in. And y'all weren't here, but we had this little tropical storm come up called Dennis in 2006, I believe it was. And it took a similar path, but it was a little closer. But it pulled all that water because we were on the east side of it, and it pushed it. And if you can see this basin right here, if you draw a straight line across here, the average depth of this bay, the Apalachicola Bay, is 19 feet deep. Okay? This bay right here is about 19 feet. So when it pulls that water up, when that storm pulls that water, and we can already see it. The water's already coming on the ground at high tide right now. So we can already see that coming. This catches that water and it has nowhere to go except for onto land, and it flooded everything. Well, not us, because we're a little over a mile inland. If we're underwater, a lot of people are underwater. A lot of people. But it flooded a lot of people, and this one is working the same way. We're just now starting to see the bands of rain off of it. Everybody's out of gas. So tomorrow I'm going to try to get everything ready for hurricane, the hurricane to hit. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there may not even be a stream this week. And that sucks because it's my first week back. But I don't know. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what I'll be doing. Have no idea. Tomorrow, I've got a generator that will run my house and my dad's limitedly. But it will run all of them. But I've got to hook it up. I don't have a whole house generator like, some people in here that just kicks on when it goes out. And tomorrow morning, I've got to go get gas from my wife's car. My truck I filled up yesterday, so it's full. We're just going to park those out away from some other trees and stuff like that. But I wanted to give you this, and we can talk about it later if you want to. Just because it is my first week back after a 2-week hiatus, and it looks like the hurricane may knock out half of this week. So, that's where we're at. So let's get back off of the screen share and go. Uh-oh. God dang it. Hate it when I do that. Let's go to studio mode. Here. Turn you off. And transition. Alright, cool. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Yeah, there's no school. They're canceling homecoming. They're doing all that. So, no, Brian Vines, that's where you're wrong, buddy. If the lights go out here and I crank the generator, we have AC, we have a stove, we have hot water, we have you know, one of the water towers. So we really don't lose water until about the 4th day. Well, now I have to say, people have moved in here that haven't been here their whole life. So they don't know how hurricanes work and they don't know to conserve water. So some people will be out watering their damn yard during the rainstorm. Okay. It is the root of all beer. So, but on to the show. We have to talk about the MMU2. My experiences so far have been thus. It was put together and it didn't work. Come to find out, the cause of my issues were these. Let me see. Yeah, these right here. These right here. I have 2 of these that got replaced by Prusa. Okay. 2 of these right here. There's 5 in there. They sent me 2. Okay. Yeah, the hobbed gears. Yes. Okay. I put my caliper on these. Let me find my caliper. I had it down here somewhere. I was so prepared for the stream. I got everything ready, I think. Alright, so I'm going to do a measurement right here. As you can see, 5.89 on the teeth. The smallest one that I have in there now is 6.19. The biggest I have in there is 6.24. Okay. Now, well, okay, now it's 5.87. All right. 5.86, whatever. So you're talking about a point, almost a half a millimeter difference between the smallest one and the largest one. Actually, yeah, half a millimeter. That is what was causing my issues. All right, Paul Cumber, take it easy. That was the issues with my drive. Okay, now I have all 5 filaments loaded. I have run the load sequence on all of them. They do all work now. It's a pain to replace them. Okay. To replace them, it's 4 bolts, 4 screws. To take the motor out, pull the thing out, loosen all the gears, put them off. That's why I didn't do it on the stream, because it's tedious work, and it's not something that somebody needs to see how to do. You take 4 screws out, you slide the shaft out, you loosen all the gears, you pull them off, you put them back on. But what I did do was I took and made sure these were my 2 smallest ones and took them out. And then I read online that if you put your smallest one in the first position, then by the 5th one, and get it to calibrate, by the 5th one, it will feed because it'll be tighter. Hey Martin, how are you, buddy? So it will feed because it's tighter. Okay? So that's what I did. I took my caliper and I put them from largest to smallest, from right to left. And I put them on the shaft. Put it all back together, and it wouldn't work. Wouldn't load, wouldn't do anything. That's when I realized there was an ID10T error. Okay? And it was between the printer and the chair that was causing this issue. So I took them all back out, and I turned the gears around so that the grub screws wouldn't hit the plastic when it turned. So I had to do it twice, and that's why I didn't do it live. Really and truthfully, nothing to changing these gears. Pull it out, undo the grub screw, slide them off, put them on the correct way, and put them back on. Then line it all up and calibrate the machine. Okay, all of that's in the book. That they tell you how to do all of that. Once you get it all lined up and everything, you're golden, right? Okay, so I got everything all lined up, and I started printing. Started printing a Benchy. And this was it. Alright. This didn't fail. This is the one I started on Fun in the Country Basement that I let change filament. What's up, Ron Floyd? Nuru, I may do that in a minute. Remind me a little bit later, and we may get that. I may put that link in the description. But it's probably in the GitHub software, right? But anyway, So this one I stopped because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to see if I could do it with infill. Okay. Well, and then I had already ran into this issue when I started the print. It would slide over, it would eject the filament and say load filament. Well, I thought it was something in the slicer, and it was not. Filament Frenzy had told me to do this and this, and I did those things. I did those things on the stream to slice the benchy. Okay, all of that worked great. I had the filament sensor on. For some reason, the filament sensor is telling it that it's out of filament, so it's ejecting and saying change filament. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but without any changes other than turning the filament sensor off, I started this benchy. And as you can see, this benchy was turning out fantastically as well. And I actually like this color combo better because the orange is translucent enough that you can see the blue a little through it. Okay, but I was able to, you know, wipe to the infill into the model. So there's that. This benchy was looking fantastic. If you look at it, looking great. You can't really read benchy on the back. I don't know what they did here to slice that out, but it's gone. There is no benchy on. There's not even the word. It's not even there right now. But when I took it off, I noticed this. Can you see that? And I have no idea why. Okay. And without any other changes, I said, screw it. I'm going to use Prusa's code and see what they do. Hence, this right here. Hold on. Oh, wait. Let me back up because that was wrong. Let me turn on. Well, after this one failed, it had not retracted the filament all the way. So it was left hanging out. And contrary to videos and popular belief, the knife blade does absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, mine's out in the box over there because it actually fell out. Or it didn't fall out, but it was catching and it got caught. And anyway, it came out. So the blade's not even on it because it doesn't do anything anyway. They're going to implement it later on, and I'll take care of that when it comes. This one failed because it failed to retract. So I got it all apart, moved it over. Oh no, it failed because the blade come out and got caught. That was it. The blade had actually fallen out. Don't know why. It was tight, but it fell out. What's up, Matt? Techie Dad, how are you? Anyway, so the blade fell out, jammed it. This one failed. I tried to reset it, but with the blade out, I thought it was filament. It was not. It was the blade, so I couldn't do anything with the head till that got out of that. I know somebody named Nuru told me that, and I didn't pay no damn attention to him. But anyway, so got the blade out. I said, screw it. I'm not going to start another benchy because I'm aggravated with the number of benchies or Chris Riley's, whatever you want to call them, that I had started and failed to finish. Okay? All right, on the failed benchy, this is my purge block. This goes with that. Okay? So, got that much boat, that much purge. The purge is longer than the boat. However, it is mostly hollow. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. This benchy right here was printed with the exact same settings. 100% cooling. This has 100% cooling just like this. Same polyalchemy. Didn't even reload it. Okay? What's up, Richard Horry? Anyway, so then I said, okay, screw it. I loaded 3, 4, and 5. I said, I'm going to do 3 color, and I'm not even going to watch it. That is when we got this little fella. I woke up this morning and had this little piece of goodness on my build plate. See that white? I didn't even test that. Temperature, this actually was cooler than what this one prints. This one printed at 205. This one printed at 215. I don't know. I really don't know. I think this one actually printed faster. Not sure. Not sure. We'll get to that in a minute. So I had this little guy on my build plate. And he's perfect. For what it is, it's a perfect print. It was at... I do have a little elephant foot down here because I wanted it to stick. Okay. Now. So before I left to go to the office today, I took him off so I could take him with me to my desk. Hold on one sec. Oh, for this? For that. It's this one. Oh, here. It's a wide one. It's not very tall, but it's very wide because you got 3 colors. But, and this one's a little more solid than the other ones that I do because I slice mine with infill into. It's like this purge block, and I'll get to it in a second. But there's the purge here. Let me put them side by side so you can see. Well, here. There's the purge blocks, or purge block for that. Okay. Now this is polyalchemy. Okay, that's not cheap filament to do purge blocks like that. This purge block that I'm doing over here, and we're going to get to this model in a minute because this model is the one that made me want the MMU2 to begin with. Okay, this model that I'm printing right now. Anyway, I actually wanted the MMU1 because of this model. Didn't get it, thank God. But anyway, so there's the purge block mat. And, you know, I have to say they do a really good job because it's not solid. The most of this, you know, it goes back and forth, but it looks like they do like really thin lines on here. They don't, I think they cut the extrusion down. I don't know how they do it, but it's not as much filament as you think, which it is still pretty substantial now. Okay, it is, but you can actually flex it. It's not solid. All right, so I had this beautiful little guy. So I said, okay, clean the build plate off. And then I took him to work with me, and then I just hit the go button. And when I got home, I was about right here, about halfway up. Now let me show you this purge block. If I do that right, I can't do it right. Put this down where it's level. Of course, it's the same height. Okay, there's the purge block with that. This is Prusa slice, so it does not wipe. What's up, Sean? It does not wipe inside the model. Okay. Now, one thing I did notice about the polyalchemy that really aggravated me because I really wanted it to pop better than that is that you can see the blue through the orange. If the orange wasn't quite as translucent, which I know that's what gives it its shine, this would have popped even more, I think, because that orange, that blue, this thing would have been gorgeous, which it's pretty as it is. And it's, other than the elephant foot and me squashing the bottom a little bit, that's a perfect benchy. It really is. There's nothing I can knock it for. There's no stringing. I mean, there's no holes in the deck. There's none of that. It's pretty much a perfect benchy. Very, very happy with the way it turned out. I love the dual color stuff. But now, let's get on to this. Let's get on to this. And you'll know what this is as soon as you see it, I think. You should be able to see. It's not a frog. Yes, I understand that now, Nuru. I do. I get it. And I think it's going to give this model a cool effect, so I'm okay with it. But this, and it's wiping to infill as well, and now you get to watch it change. It is changing. What's up, Trolling for Dollars? Kit, what's up, buddy? Looks like gold. It's not. It's orange. It is orange polyalchemy. But, now, this is purging. And let's watch the back here. So now it's running the blue out. Then we can watch this. You see it swap over. Now you can watch the orange. And then it goes back over here. It's loading. Now the head will start moving and it pulls it on in and starts purging. So, oh yeah, it's the Ada Linda. Okay. And I will learn about the more perimeters and stuff like that. But we're going to watch this print because it's really cool. And as you can see, the top of this is blue. Right there. Now it's coming over and it's doing infill. And it will cover that blue with a thin stripe of orange. For you to see in just a second. So it is wiping some to infill. And I can't get my, right now I'm running through 1 and 2. Okay? Is that right? Yeah. This is the Ada Linda remix that's on Thingiverse. So if you look up the Ada Linda remix. And I did the wings and smaller parts with the orange. But I think that just with that little bit of blue see-through, I think it's going to look good. No, 3 and 4 are not messed up. And that's what I was showing earlier. This was actually printed 3 color. I haven't done a 5 color yet. I'm actually working on the model to do. And I don't know if y'all remember or not, but I did the gator head logo in polyalchemy. Orange and blue, and then I had some green and some white that I used for other. So it is a 5 color print, but I have to change it and flatten it because I actually want to make a flat logo that just does the 5 colors. The way I had it then was all stacked up, but I think if I can do it flat, it's going to be gorgeous. Very, very, very good looking with the polyalchemy on it. So yeah, and I didn't look, and that's my fault, into Slick 3R Prusa Edition for the MMU. I didn't look at how many perimeters it was doing. I think it's just 2. I think it is 2 perimeters, and I probably would have done 4 had I thought about it. So, right now, my failure rate is 50%. Well, 30% after I put the gears on it, because this one was a failure. The others I stopped. This one was a failure, but it wasn't due to feeding or anything like that. That was because the blade fell off and got jammed. Okay, this print printed last night with no problems. This print printed today with no problems, and without changing filament, I started this one. This print says I have 25 hours left to print. So I still have 25 hours and 3 minutes remaining on this print. This should still be printing tomorrow during the stream, or just starting to finish. So we should be able to get there. What's up, 3D Print Llama? I wanted to show y'all this because I tore the bottom off of this. This is the purge block that was started for this benchy. Okay, this benchy here, and as you can see, the majority of it is hollow. Okay, now that being said, I had only done 1 orange change. 1 orange change, but as it continued, it would have done, but like I said, the majority of this block is already empty. Okay, so it does a really good job. Now, another thing I'm going to do, and we will get to these things over the next few weeks or whatever, I am going to learn the purge into object so you can make a different object with it. I tried it today, but, or I actually tried it about an hour ago, but the problem with that is you can't do a duplicate model. You just have to have another model. Or I couldn't get it to work with a duplicate. It wanted to use anyway. I want to try to make it completely with purge, or for it to do its purge motion completely in that model, and I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. No. I get that, Nuru. And like I said, all right, Matt. If I go with 3 or 4 layers, it will be perfect. Or yeah, outside perimeters. But I will tell you, this little lizard is my first successful multi-material unit 2 print. As I said, the blade was the cause of this failure, which really, really made me mad, because I thought it was perfect. I didn't see the front of it. I thought it was better than that. I still don't know what happened there. I really don't know what happened there. And I mean, it's printing fantastically. I mean, once I got and I still don't have it quite right. It can come up just a little bit, but once I got the layer to stick and to be about the right height, it's printed just like my Prusa MK3 did before I did any of this. So this is working, and it's working well. And I was really happy because the white is on number 3, which was the replacement part that I printed yesterday. So, well, yeah, and like I said, the polyalchemy, the orange and the blue, is what I've wanted to do this Adelinda for ever. I've wanted to do this dragon with those 2 colors as they are forever. And I was actually looking for a good alligator to do, but they don't have any. There's really not any good alligators out there. I was quite surprised. Not really 3D printable without a lot of supports or whatever, you know, which I guess, you know, you'd have to make him lay down kind of like the lizard is. So anyway, my experiences so far, though, the out of the box experience with this was crap. And I mean crap. Okay? The assembly was fine. The setting up was fine. The alignment was fine. The instructions were fantastic. Everything was boxed really well. And for those of you that like them, you get a lot of Haribo gummy bears. That's all great. For $320, this should have printed when I put it together. Okay? So, I am upset with the out-of-the-box experience that I got for $320. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That, to me, means that they didn't learn anything from the MK3 experience. They had issues with the MK3, remember. Steel rods that weren't any good. This wasn't any good. The firmware didn't work right. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, Tom? How are you? Yeah, it is a big lizard, but it's a little different, buddy. So, my out-of-the-box experience wasn't a $320 out-of-the-box experience. It was a $100 out-of-the-box experience for what you got, okay? No, that's fine. That's fine, Tom. Appreciate it. That is my thoughts on the initial experience. Now, as soon as I got on the support, instantaneously I was sent 2 gears, because as y'all know, my thermistor went out like the next day, and it wasn't a cut wire, it wasn't any of that. It was printing. I went to print again, and it said no temp. It just quit. I checked, there were no broke wires or nothing. So they sent me a new thermistor, 2 gears, and they sent me a new PTFE tube, which I didn't use. Hold on. So, didn't use. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Carl, it had nothing to do with Mosaic. Nothing to do with Mosaic pallet. With the Pallet Plus. What's up, Big Steve? What's up, Jake? But that's exactly right, Nuru. I didn't wait that long. And I swear that was not an asked for thing. Some people got mad that I got mine early, and I'm sorry. I apologize. That was not my doing. Okay? Really? Why? Okay, I'm going to ask this question because I actually have to buy something from China on Friday. So why can't you buy anything from China or England right now? I don't get it. That makes no sense. But okay. But outer box experience, I'd give it a $100 experience, not a $320 experience. Okay, that's one. Customer service through the roof, fantastic. I had it in less than a week. Less than a week. Whatever. I don't think so. I don't know what's going on with PayPal or whatever, but yeah, that's kind of hard to believe. But well, I'm not getting into politics or any of that right now. Okay, and that's cool, Tom. The problem is that should have never happened. That is my problem. And I understand manufacturing. I understand all that stuff. My PTFE tube was taped together. Okay? It was taped together. Somebody had to put that in the box. Okay? Martin, they were too small. I had two that were too small. Okay? But my PTFE tube was taped together. That shouldn't have been put in the box. I can understand smaller gears. That was taped together, man. I mean, really. Go back and watch the video. It had packing tape on it. And what? Come on. That's quality control issues because they weren't paying attention. Once I got it back, got the gears back, put the thermistor on, everything was correct. And I think there was a problem with the thermistor because I haven't had any problems with temperature or it sticking since I put the new thermistor on it. I think that was part of my problem. I don't think the thermistor was telling me the correct temperature. So I think that was the issue with the sticking and why I'm not using my powder coated sheet. I mean, I still got look, I still got this crap. This is what the filament was doing. I think the thermistor was going bad and I wasn't getting anywhere near the temperature I thought I was getting. Okay. Once I got all that back together and I got and I put all 5 gears on the wrong direction. So that was on me. But once I got those in, I lined them up. I calibrated my tube length again because it was way off. Once I put the gears in there and tried it, it was way off. Way off. Where I had tried to adjust it for that. They're what? With shipping like $318. I'm pretty sure you can get one from Prague faster than you're going to get one off of my MK3. And I love you, Matt. You still ain't getting it. Anyway, since I got those worked out, I did have the blade failure, which that's another thing. That doesn't work. It's not used. Yes, Joe, I was. Haven't done so yet. Actually, Tom is supposed to get that. I actually haven't even sent David's off yet, and I've got it in there, and he sent me a UPS label. I'm supposed to take it to UPS tomorrow. I don't know that they're going to be open. I was going to tell him that later, but if he's listening, then he knows now. I I do know what the planned use is for and what they said it was for. You can see my MMU wiring goes under my extruder wiring. What? Yeah, it does. I didn't put it over the top. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. It hasn't caused an issue yet. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that's exactly right. If it detects or gets in a bind, here's my only problem with that. And David, I'm it's in the box. It's ready to go. I just got to take it. And if they're open, then I will get it off. If not, then I won't. But it's still probably going to take a longer time because of storm. Anyway, that was in the video. It was a feature they said that was there that isn't there. It's hardware wise it's there. Software wise it's not. I don't know how they're going to get the current implementation of the hardware to work that way. Because if for some reason, I don't know. When it moves one way, it can only cut in one direction. Okay? So I guess it would always cut when moving to the right. Yeah, the blade is a finicky step. What I don't understand is how you could have that problem anyway. Okay? Because the filament can actually stick out quite a bit. So you'd have to have a blob that's not going to feed the next time anyway for that to happen. That I agree, Nuru. Okay? But here's my thing. You have a filament sensor up here. Here, let me turn this. Here, I'll move this up here. Maybe. Get out, Monday. Can't even move my camera up because of that. You have a filament sensor right here. That's the one that works with the ball bearing. You know how far it is from there to where you need to be. Always. That doesn't change. That distance is constant. If I cut this off and make it shorter, I can recalibrate. That distance is never different. So you can have 3 to 4 millimeters sticking out, and this won't hit it. Okay, this piece that moves the carriage that moves back and forth won't hit that plastic, because I know the blue blob on this one, and I can't show you because I can't get my camera up high enough. It sticks out at least 2.5, 3 millimeters. And it goes right over there and loads it just fine. Perfectly. That distance should never be a problem. So I don't understand, other than the filament being messed up, why that would be needed. Okay? It was something I thought about. It's not fit now. It's not fitted now. No. Not at all. It jammed my carriage, so I just pulled it out. No, that's fine, Tom. That's fine. I understand. Mine was not cutting, and it fell out. So it's not even in there now. And it was tight. It was nice in there. Yeah, I've had to cut mine. I know where the bits go. That's another thing that I have an issue with, because there's a little tray right there where the cut off pieces could go. It's really difficult to clean that out. Oh yeah, no, I get that, Tom. If they need to cut that blob off, I understand that. But when I've had a feed failure, it's been this long. And it catches on the carriage. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that it is that way. What's up, Josh? And yes, I want to know your experience. And we're going to do that, Tom. We're going to do that, Tom. Thursday, I'm going to have the call-in show like I always do. We're going to do Discord, call in. So I absolutely want to talk to you about it Thursday. You're still 2 days behind me waiting on parts. I hear you. And you know, and somebody said the bearings were messed up. I checked my bearings. My bearings were fine. All of them. The inside diameter of my small one was a little tight for the rod. I actually had to tap it off with my pliers like I did the gear when I first got it. I haven't heard of anybody else having the gear insides. Hold on, Sean, I'm getting there. The inside of my gears, if you go back and watch the video, I had to file out in order to even make them get on the shaft. That quality control can't be that lax after the MK3 rollout. If this was their first time doing this, that would be fine. But it's not. They just did a major rollout with major issues. Lots of mad people and all that stuff. Alright, now let's get into calibration. Chris Warkocki's got a good video on how to calibrate this machine. It's not hard. If you take a piece of filament and you take this little PTFE tube here and you line up all of your sockets so that they're smooth, and I mean smooth, correct, Nuru. We'll worry about that in a minute, okay? As long as you get your gears lined up and you use the filament method to line all of that up, there's really nothing between here and there that's going to cause you any issues. Your gears are right, your bearings are right, this is going to feed. You get your sensor set right, it's going to feed, okay? Eliminate heat tolerance. Cool. What's up, One Raz? The calibration from here to here isn't okay. I was wondering, but even that, Tom, I don't know. Well, yeah, that would do it a little bit. Okay, but here's the thing: the calibration from here to here is not hard, but if you don't do it at least 3 times, it's like it doesn't save your reset, your save. I don't understand that. And Chris Warkocki didn't say that in his video. And I really would like to have Chris on here to talk about it. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, Tom. Software's a lot easier than, you know, doing 200,000 gears. And it does make a difference because the clicking in the gears, in the Bondtech gears here, is different on number 1 and number 2. So I can't wait for that to come out so I can do that calibration step. Get your tube length calibrated. Not hard. They're step by step by step. Pretty easy. Everything else is MK3. That's the cool thing about this. Okay? You only have to get filament from there to the hot end. That's the only thing. That's why this and the Pallet Plus are not the same thing. And I know people know that. But they're not, because on that one, you have to calibrate lots of stuff. Because you have to calibrate that machine plus your machine. Okay? And you have to calibrate that machine with your machine. And that's why everybody's going, oh, well, you can just hook it up here. Yeah, then you can spend, you know, 3-4 hours getting everything calibrated on the new machine that you just moved it to. Oh, so load it. Wait, what? Load it first. Okay, so it's loaded to here, right? To the which, that's where you gotta load. Why would you load it all the way down? Once we get that, Tom, that'll be cool to know, man. But here's let's get back to the comparison between the two. Everybody's like, well, I can just take the pallet plus and move it to a new machine? Yes, you can. It's still a hassle because you're moving that machine. Then you have to load your filaments, calibrate it with that machine, and then you can print. This one right now, you can't move. Unless you have a 2.5, or unless you have the Prusa, I think it's Mark 2.5, or the Mark 3, there's no firmware for this. Now, could you? Yeah, sure. Write your own firmware. Go to town. It's a board. It's plugged in. It's got different, motors on it. All you gotta do is figure it out. I think it's an Arduino-based board. As a matter of fact, I know it is. You can download the sketch. You can look at the firmware. It's all open source. Now, that being said, could you build it? Yeah. Is somebody going to do it? Yes. Somebody across the pond, the other pond, is going to clone this board. Once they clone this board, everything else is printed except for, the hard parts. So, yeah, this will be cloned. Now, is it worth cloning it? I don't know. Maybe. All right. Yeah. That's what I did, Nuru. I did that. Okay, Tom, seeing you have that. I don't. I don't. Oh, cool, Tom. That's awesome. You have an MMU2 clone on order. Cool. Price? Anybody? What's the price of them? I don't know. Because I'd like to do a comparison, a side-by-side comparison. The only problem is, then I have to take this one off of my Mark III because I don't even have my Mark II running yet. So, 2.5. Oh, just the board. I got you. Just the board. But how much is the board? How much is just the board? Because like I said, everything else in here is standard equipment. I mean, the motors are made for Prusa. Yeah, $39? Okay. Well, by the time you buy the 2 motors, print all your parts, get everything, yeah, you're going to save $100 maybe. And you get everything in a kit. So, and support. Yeah, you're not going to save any money doing that. Because the motor and shaft length has to be pretty precise. This motor and shaft length has to be precise. All that stuff. This is not a... This is the root beer, man. Come on. I don't drink on stream. Hell, I barely drink at all. Just around $150. All right, so add another $50. Yeah, I got you, Mapro 6. I get that. It's the support thing that, especially now, at this early of a stage, because I can almost guarantee you they're going to change some of this plastic somehow. Oh, you can imagine it's beer? Yeah, you can. So, I can imagine that they're going to change. When I said it proper? Oh, proper country. I got you. But, now, my thoughts. And I'd really like to give them to you tomorrow, because if it doesn't fail during this print, it's worth every dime and headache I've done. I'm telling you now, the print quality is Mark III print quality. Okay? Because no. I mean, it really is fan. Now these I think are at 0.2, so you could actually get it a little better, especially on the back and stuff with the Mark III. But it's perfect print quality. Yes, Martin, it's different though. It's not like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or anything. It's not a cola, so it is a soft drink, but it's not a cola. Yeah, no, I get it. This was, I forgot what they said, but I think this said 5.5 hours for the Lizard. This was an 8-hour print for the Benchy. You got one what? What did you get? What, I mean, you know, it's a sassafras root drink. I mean, it's sassafras soap cola. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I like it, Tom. I'm sorry. Tastes like cough medicine. Anyway, would I buy it again? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. You don't want me to support, brother. Anyway, yes, I would buy this again. Buttercup syrup. I would. What name brand of root beer did you get, Tom? If it was not a U.S. manufactured root beer, I wouldn't trust it. Anyway, it is worth the money. The only drawback, the biggest drawback, and you're going to have this with the Palette Plus as well, is room. Because this takes space. As you can see, this is not a small installation, okay? This takes space. And it takes quite a bit of space. It's called Virgil's. Yeah, I don't. Virgil's a good southern name, but I wouldn't trust it. But it had alcohol in it. It was root beer. I got you. I do need a rep box. That's true. Tom sent me a picture today I actually like. He's supposed to give me that STL. I ain't seen it yet though. Well, it would work with the rep box, but you still need these little things on the front right here. You need something like that, because if not, it tries to push your whole spool backwards. And that's not what you need. So, anyway. But yeah, this thing takes a lot of room. One of the main reasons I didn't get in here and clean up, because my whole machine was taken apart and I didn't want to touch none of it. None of it. Until yesterday. Oh, I'm sure that some way or another we could model something to bolt to the rep box. So, absolutely. Alright, One Raz, if you say so, buddy. But that's my opinion on the MMU2, and that took all of an hour. So, cool, we got an hour we can sit here and talk. If you like. Why not? Why not? I'm enjoying it. But the main reason. What's up, Matt? Yeah, but Tom changed his. Well, Yes, I did. I talked about having to cut off. You can plug a stream. Hold on, Matt. Hold on. As long as it ain't right now. There you go. Alright. Layer skips. I haven't experienced that. Oh, that's fine, Matt. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, brother. You know I don't mind that. The only problem that I have right now is that the filament sensor is off on the extruder itself. No. I get it. It's coming. Layer skips are coming. Why? Why, Nuru? Why is the layer going to skip? That's what I want to know. What's going to cause a layer skip? A Mondo Box live opening at 10 p.m. on Inside the Mind of Matt. If you're not subscribed to Inside the Mind of Matt, go do it. Strings cause layer skips. What? You talking about like strings of filament? Oh, well, I get that, Nuru. I get that. I completely get that. That's why you have to take the time to set this up and get your RAM settings perfect. That's why I did them 4 times. Just to make sure that they were perfect. And after, 14 hours straight, they are. Tip, 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 to tip, tip, tip. All right. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand what he's talking about. And now we're going to talk with some things that I think, and y'all can chime in, things that need to be fixed on this. You have a filament sensor at the top. Okay, at the top. When you start this up, it doesn't check that there's filament in that filament sensor before it starts trying to do calibration. So if for some reason you have a failure and you try to clean it or whatever, it doesn't try to unload, or the power goes out. I tested that, by the way. Well, mine matches, so I'm good. I've got the orange signature up here, so I'm good. But if the power goes out, when it comes back on, it knows it's supposed to resume. However, it still goes through the calibration and it screws up your filament because it tries to move with filament in it. That's cool, Nuru. That's absolutely fine. I was just saying this is one thing I would like to see. Another thing, when the blade failed, it blinked. It said, on the screen, it said, press the middle button when you have cleared whatever's wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I had no idea. So I had to press the middle button to see what was the issue. Well, it wasn't moving, so I thought it was filament. So I opened the little thing there and moved the filament and all that stuff. That wasn't the issue. But when the blade finally popped out and I took it out and I hit the go button, it never tried to load filament again. It never tried. It didn't go through a recalibration and go to the correct spot. It didn't do any of that. No, I didn't want him to sign me, man. He probably would have if I'd have asked, but no, I'm good. But I do have pictures of me holding my Prusa while he signs it. I saw you walking around TCT with that on there. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's an issue. You can actually reset this and it will try to start printing again. Problem is it doesn't load filament. If the filament was ejected, it doesn't load. It just heats up and goes again. So there are definitely things that need to be worked out. That's one of the issues with the small sample size that they send out to their beta testers, is some of these things you don't find out from a beta test, okay? Or from a scripted test, or you find them out by giving them to idiots like me. No, it did not. It stops on the tower while it changes filament, Sean. Oh, it's absolutely 8 hours. Standard size benchy, 8 hours. Okay, that's 2 colors. I won't forget you. Why would I forget you? What? But even with all of that, and that's things I know will be worked out. Okay? Thanks, Llama. Beta test dream. I got you. Well, it's not that I want to test printers. It's not that I want to test. Oh, he wants to test printers. I get you. I wouldn't mind it. It'd be great for me. I'd enjoy it because I'll break it. If it can be broke, I'll break it. I'll put it back together and get it working, but I'll break it first. But this is absolutely worth the money that I paid for. Yeah, I wish it could be sped up, but it can't. All right, Martin, take it easy, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. So, if you're on the fence about getting one of these or the pallet, buy the pallet. Because you can move it to another machine. What's up, Patrick Niegenhoff? It's 1 a.m. there? I know. Well, this is my normal time, Patrick. This is my normal time during the week. 6 to 8 Eastern time in the U.S. But I will tell you, get the pallet. Now, if you have just the MK3 and you don't want to move it around and you don't want to do all that stuff, you just want it for the MK3, buy this. I don't know that I would ever put like the pallet on my TiVo Little Monster or on my Hypercube or anything with much more build volume than this. Because even if you tried to fill up what you can, minus the purge block, if you tried to fill up the area that's remaining after the purge block is done, how long is it going to take? Week? Week and a half? You know? Well, no, there you go, Sean. And the thing is, if you don't have a Mark III or a Mark 2.5, then, you know, the Mosaic palette's for you. I don't know. I don't have one. I've never even used one. The only thing I've ever done is looked at them online and watched videos, and could never front $800 to get one, much as I paid for the Mark III. So, wasn't my cup of tea. And now the Palette 2 is a little cheaper, but I would want the Palette Pro because it's all metal and it's built better and, you know, supports better and blah, blah, blah. But for my Mark III, and once I figure out where I can put this or build a place to put this so that I can have the filament loaders and all this stuff in a way that it doesn't take up, you know, 3.5 square feet or 4 square feet of floor space like it is right now. Was the MK3 worth $800? Yes. All day. Every day. Yes. Abso-friggin-lutely yes. Okay? My Hypercube probably prints as good as this machine. Okay? It's printed in Duet power. It probably prints as good, almost as good as this. I can grab this one by the top, throw it in my car, go down the road, set it up, hit the print button, it's going to print again. That one, the frame will tweak, it'll do something, I'll have to re-level everything. Everything will be off when I get there. This is a reliable, durable printer. I have absolutely zero problem throwing this in my truck, going to Orlando Maker Faire. Have absolutely no problem throwing this in my truck and going, or car, and going to Murph, Earth, anywhere, setting up and printing. I will, Paul. I promise I will like it. My printed printers, they're a pain to transport. Okay? Well, that's true, Tom. That's absolutely a fact. But just the durability of the machine itself. Especially, and now I don't have an MK2. Okay? Sean, I've been around Lulz bots. This print's just as good, but it's more than 3/4 quieter. Okay? Well, but I can see where that frame would tweak a little bit easier, Tom, on the MK2 with the bolt, the threaded rod frame. So I can't say it's built as good as this one. Okay, I can understand it's just as awesome. I get that. But this, and I still need to learn a lot, and we're going to do it together. We're going to slice models. We're going to get into Slick 3R, and I'm glad Tom is here because, like yesterday, he was telling me some settings. I went through Mesh Mixer today and created my first ever multicolored model. That was mine. It was my own. I made it multicolored. That's cool to me. Okay? Oh, right. I mean, that's that. But I did. I sit down in Mesh Mixer, made my own model. We're going to do that. We're going to do it, and I know there's YouTube videos out there, but I want y'all to see how it works. Then we're going to print it. Cool, man. Who? How's your boy McGregor doing? Who? Who's McGregor? I don't know who you're talking about. What's MMA? Oh, Tom's a fan. I was finna say, I don't watch no damn MMA. If I want to watch two people beat the hell out of each other, I can go to a bar here close to here. Oh, I got you. What's up, Felipe Goncalves? But my setup is now complete. As I said, I still need to do a 5-color print. I'm going to change the first 2 filaments before I do that. Unless I finish my model and do it. Well, see, that would still only be a 4-color because there's no black in it. It's great, Paul Cumber. Oh, I got you. That'd be like if you were an LSU fan, right? I'd be busting chops. Anyway. This, I am extremely pleased with this. I don't know if y'all can't even see that goodness. Look at that goodness right there. And that's just the toenails are orange. That's so cool. What's up, Daniel Goncalves? How are you, buddy? It is a nice print, Paul Cumber. It's turning out fantastically. As long as I don't have a failure, this will be, because I put this on at 3:30 this afternoon. So it's been running for 15 minutes to be 4 hours. I made a kid happy. Oh, I can't do that. Give me your candy, boy. But for right now, it's not a frog. It's a dragon. But, so almost 4 hours, that's what you got. And this is a standard Adelinda dragon, other than being multicolored. So yeah, the wipe tower adds, the wipe load, all that stuff, adds quite a bit, which I think will be faster with the palette. Because, you know, it fuses filament together inside the machine. So it goes, you know, it goes a little faster. You still have the purge, but you don't have the wait time for the load and unload. So that should print faster on the same model. Should. This thing is so awesome, though. You're too impatient? I am going to go wipe to object. I am going to try that. What's up, Don? How are you, buddy? I am going to try the wipe to object. I tried it. I tried it last night. I think, no, today. Today, this afternoon. I'm good. I'm printing in multicolor, so I'm fantastic. I am doing fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. You'll practice now? I hear you. It actually doesn't look like it'll be that difficult. But like I said, I don't think you can duplicate the model. I think you need to have a one color model come in. And that's it. Did I order a chameleon? A what? What's a chameleon? What is that? You're learning patience? I bet, my friend. I bet. All right. I am about 4 hours and 20 minutes from Orlando, buddy. I'm up just outside of Tallahassee. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed you, my friend. Sorry I missed you, but yeah, it's 4 hours. Well, I know what a chameleon is, but I'm pretty sure. Nope, I ain't ordered anything. I'm saving money right now. What's up, fan of anything? How are you, buddy? I'm saving money right now for plane tickets I have to buy on Friday. We're getting the tickets to go to Phoenix. We will be flying over there on the blah, 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 blah. What is it? 15th of November? Yeah, and coming back the 27th. 15th of November. I hear you, trucker. I hear you. When you have no job, you don't need a bedtime. I hear you. Just sleep when you can. Yeah. Yeah, I do love my wife in the background. I love it when she comes in here and tells me something I missed, because I don't like missing stuff. Yeah, no, I get that. But if you could learn to do just the tips like they were talking about, that would be pretty awesome. You still got to purge, though. Or do you? Yeah, you got to keep me straight. I know, woman. I know. But yeah, I'm really hoping this one doesn't fail. I will be upset. Is it possible to have or create a 3D printed 3D printer? Well, I have two of them. There's one right there. So yeah, you can. This is purging on infill. Felipe, if you notice, the infill's orange right now because it's printing orange, but it does wipe on infill. Yeah. Yeah, fan of anything. If you go back some of my earlier and you check out the Hypercube Evo builds, you'll get to see that. I built that live on here. Some of them were kind of long though, like 12 hours. Some of them were really long. And, well, you can't see it right now, but my first 3D printed printer is a Mark II style. It's down below. I actually have 2 printed printers, so. It's an i3 style printer. Cartesian, whatever you want to call it. It's actually running the Mark II firmware for Prusa. It's got a Prusa bed on it, running Mark II firmware. Yeah, Steve, actually, Print and Play's got, what, 1, 2, 3 printers he's designed and printed that he designed. Now, I didn't design mine. I just printed extrusions to build them with. He actually designed his to be printed. So, the latest one he did was a 3D printer that's printed and can print itself. So yeah, absolutely some cool stuff going on. Alright, we've got about 38 minutes, so we're going to sit here and we're just going to have a chat now. I'm going to pull the mic back. We're going to do 30 minutes. If you're not already subscribed, go down and click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you want to, thumbs down if you want to. I don't give a damn. So any questions? Anything y'all want to say about the experience or anything like that? We can talk about it. Ha ha! Are you ready for some football? I know my wife's ready for some NFL to go on in there. Well, yes and no, trolling for dollars. He tried. And he got it mostly done. What are my deepest thoughts? Mariana Trench. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Who is playing tonight? I do not know. That is deep, isn't it, Patrick? I went real deep. About as deep as you can go. Cool, llama. What was it on? Your what model? Baby, can you bring me a water, please? Really? No. Quit lying. What was it on, llama? Oh, it was like 6 months ago. And now you just now bringing it up? Redskins and Saints. That ain't a water. That's who's playing. Go Saints, by the way. I know you did. Did you ever get it to print right? Because I really want to see that. I want to see you dressed up for Halloween. That's what I want to see. Hurry up, woman. Took that long. I got you. Thank you. Just that one fact. You need to get that done now. Thanks, Tom. Look forward to Thursday, man, when we can talk about the MMU2. That's going to be the topic of discussion on Thursday as well, I'm sure. Until today, I hadn't even been on Twitter, Matt. Really. No, the MMU board has its own firmware. It does. You update it separately. You use the exact same process, but it is updated separately. It has a USB port in the end of it. You plug it in and go to town. You have no time to reprint? Oh, except that the printers have been... So you had 5 days. What's up? But I really can't wait to get up in the morning and see this dragon. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I was not joking when I said that this model, this 2-color print, was what I wanted to print with a multicolor unit, because I thought it would look so cool in orange and blue. Oh, I got you. It doesn't say what it was for. Well, that's kind of crazy. You'd think you'd want to know that so you could do more of them and make more money. I don't think Thingiverse is a way to make money. If you want to sell your prints and make money, you need to do it on Cultus or something like, or Cults or whatever it's called. Maybe so. How did I slice what out? This was actually a put together model, and I just put it into Slick 3R. It automatically does all that. What's up, Minnesota Maker? How are you, buddy? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Paul. It's a model on Thingiverse. It's called Adelinda Remix. Cool, Nuru. That's pretty awesome. Okay. How easy is it to go back to stock MK3, for instance? You don't get the MMU working at first and you really need the printer. You unplug it and take the thing off the top right here, the PTFE tube off the top of it, and it's back to a standard unit. That is it. Making money printing fishing tackle. That's pretty cool, Larry. That's a lot of work, though. Minnesota Makers living a dream. Yeah, I need to do that. I wish I could start doing that. Well, but he said if he couldn't get the MMU2 working, Nuru. So if you can't get it working at all, then just unplug it. It's really that easy. All right, take care, Paul Cumber. No, absolutely not. It detects that it's plugged in, and you can actually turn it off and on, I believe, in the firmware. Well, that's true, baby. That is true. God bless you too, Paul Cumber. Have a great night, my friend. Have a great night. Yeah, no, it is actually good that it's a separate board and it's not run by the ING and all that stuff. They do communicate. I mean, you know, it's got to, but I do believe that's cool. You made me think of Salt and Pepper. Jake from State Farm. Just had to put ooh in front of it. I couldn't have bought a more wobbly table. Well, maybe I could have, but I didn't realize this one was going to be as wobbly as it is. Well, now time for me to take y'all. You're taking us where? Take it easy, Don. What's up, Richard Riley? On top of your supports, first layer prints look like trash. Well, it depends on the interface layer. How do they look like trash? That's the question. Tried printable for print what? I don't know. I haven't talked to Chris Riley in the past little bit. He's traveling for business. I don't like to call him when he's out on business. Well, if the unit comes in and you want to put it on, that's fine. But if you haven't already redone the extruder, you have to do that. And that could cause you more issues than not. Oh, yeah, PEI, yes. But you said you're going to try what? Okay, so my question is, though, you said on top of your supports, first layer print looks like trash. So on your first layer on the bed, what are you talking about supports? That's what I don't understand. The print stops so it can change filament. Yep. So if it's just not if the adhesion's not there for the bed, I mean, so many things. Clean the bed, check your temperatures, check your extrusion, and check your layer height. I mean, if you got all those things, then something else is wrong, and I have no idea. All right, I was trying to find tried the print bite for surface. I never heard of that. Print bite. What is that? And I know it's probably a misspelling. They are decisions that have to be made, Patrick. Oh, print bite is a printing service. I never heard of them. Okay. I've never heard of it. So all I have is PEI and powder coated PEI. I don't have anything else. Now, I did used to use like the Build Tack cheap services on my ANET when I first got it. Cool. That's cool, Josh. The cheap one that I got, I think we were talking about it. When a vertical lift of second. So it's sticking to the nozzle. So that means you're dragging the nozzle through the filament so it can stick. So you're too low? I don't know. Or not low enough? Or you're talking about your supports are pulling off your bed. Is that right? What's up, Mad Mike? So not the first layer, just the first layer of supports? Oh, the whole first layer. Shit, I don't know. If it's the whole first layer, I mean, I'm assuming that it matters what size the first layer is. Because I did have mine curling up as I would like doing the infill. It would curl up, but it was because one, I wasn't hot enough and I didn't have my layer height set correctly. So this has now been going for 4 hours. So you can see the height of a 4-hour print. Well, a 4-hour Adalinda. And I don't remember exactly how long an Adalinda takes, but it's not much more than 4 hours to finish, I don't think. It is, Mad Mike, it is absolutely working. Well, at least the first 3 filaments right now. I haven't done 5 yet, so I don't know. That's true. Nuru, a Z-Hop can help. It's still so cool to watch this thing change filaments. Is it 8 hours? I don't know. I haven't printed one in so long. I really don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to do a multicolor sorceress, though. What causes all the extra time? Well, one, changing filaments, because it takes 10, 15 seconds per filament change. I don't know, DT Mash. I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure it's about 50 millimeters a second, maybe 60. But it's got the linear advance on, so it could be a little faster than that. Trolling for dollars, it's the changing of the filament in the purge block. And maybe Mad Mike. We'll see. We'll see. This, you know, I've gotten 2 good prints off of it without any errors since my last error. So, you know. No, this is not the G code for Adalinda. 7 hours and 50 minutes on that. This is not that one, but yeah, I understand. So 8 hours, and this one should take. It's got 24 hours left, and it's been going for 4 hours, so 28 hours. All right, Nuru. And I can check the speed real quick. Let me check. Because I still have it open in the slicer. So let's see. Speed. Yeah, it's hold on. It's just the standard MMU. So perimeters are 45 millimeters a second. Small perimeters 25 millimeters a second. External perimeters are 35 millimeters a second. Infill is 200 millimeters a second. Solid infill is 200 millimeters a second. Top solid infill is at 50. Support materials at 50. Bridges are at 30. And gap infill is at 40. So that's the speeds across the board. What filaments are those? These are the Polyalchemy Elixir filaments. I am back off a break. Problem is, DT Mash, is that we have a hurricane coming, and I don't know. It's supposed to be here Wednesday. So, maybe we'll get the stream tomorrow. I've got to do hurricane preparations tomorrow. So once the hurricane prep's done, and I should be able to stream tomorrow evening, I'm sure. But Wednesday, Thursday, and well, I don't stream on Friday, so Wednesday, Thursday are probably not going to happen. Just going to say that. Probably not. So if you get a notification, then I am streaming. But if you don't, and you don't hear from me, then I'm not. Yeah, I got to crank my generator and get everything ready. But if it's a category 3 when it's bearing down on here, I'm leaving. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm leaving. I'm getting away from this coastline. I'm gonna go inland, at least 100 miles. Yes, I am. We are just on the east side of it. I actually showed it earlier where it's coming in and where my house is. So yeah, we're pretty much right in line on the bad side. Go visit Glenn. I could do that. Go stay with Glenn for a little bit. We could do that. Hey, Glenn, you here? Fun King might actually be in here. You might have some house guests. Walters are running. You're right about that. Hell, if I run in here, it might fall through the floor. No, I'm going to tell you right now, dude. It really depends on the tornado. Are you safer in a house? Yeah, but it's just a little bit. If that tornado bears down on that house, you don't have a chance in hell then either. I mean, unless you're just lucky. Well, I may take you up on it, Glenn, because going to where I was going to go just keeps me in line with the hurricane, because I was either going to go to Dothan or I was going to go to Cairo, Georgia. So, yeah, going to where you are is a much better option for me. Yeah, no, I get you, DT Mash. I get it. I'll let you know, Glenn. It depends on what it does tomorrow, whether or not we're going anywhere. So, I'll let you know. Well, yeah, Alien, but you're in the middle of the state too, buddy. I understand. I get it. I am not. I'm not. I know you are. I know you are, brother. Nah, Fun King's always here, buddy. He's my backup. What's up, CMP? Hadn't seen you in a while, buddy. You're watching me in the country. Which country? Canardia? Thank you, baby. But, anywho, so who else is around Orlando? I don't know. That's true. And see, that's what I told my wife. I'm not super worried about the wind or the rain or whatever. But we have an oak tree in front of our house that if you were to drill a hole straight through it, it's about 5.5, 6 feet straight through the center. It's quite large. On that end of the house, we've got a pine tree that's probably about 2.5 foot through the center. Right at the corner of our house, we have a sycamore tree that's about 1.5 foot through the center. 2 feet. No, it's pretty thick. Yeah, the pine tree's probably 3 feet. The sycamore tree's 2.5 feet. They're large, and they're all within, 15 feet of my house. That's what I worry about. That all lean towards your house. I hear you. Get out. But I'm more worried about that than I am. It's what I told my wife. I'm not super worried about even Category 3 winds coming through here. I'm not super worried about the winds because of, I'm in a double wide. Because of the way the trees are. The way that we wouldn't get any direct line wind on my house. Okay, we have a big enough buffer of trees around us. I'm not super worried about that. It's the trees that could fall on my house. Because I'll sleep through a hurricane. That ain't a problem. But the tree falling through the house, that might get you. I see you, Glenn. Make me come to your house. Yes, it's purging the infill. Or it was. It's not now, but yes. Yeah, this is purged the infill that I sliced. I mean, I don't, like I said, I mean, unless something happens in here to mess up the little teat on the front of this so that something happens, it gets jammed or something, this thing works flawlessly. But they've already called off school. There's no school tomorrow, and they don't go back to school until next Tuesday because Monday was already a teacher planning day or whatever it was, administrative day. So they giving them off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I got the email today from Wednesday to Friday. We are not to come into our office. They're going to close our building. We can all work from home. And I just told him, hey, I'm going to work from home tomorrow anyway because I got to get ready for a hurricane. It does bleed a little bit with some. If you look right here, the translucent orange, that blue is behind it. Okay. So yeah, I needed to add some more perimeters to this, and I may do that and print another one. So yeah, my wife still has to go to work tomorrow. Have him and Zach start the stream as me and Glenn. All right, CMP man, have a good whatever you're doing. Northern Country. Oh, I got you. Take it easy, buddy. No, it's Polyalchemy Elixir. I forgot the name of the color. It's not Nightshade. It's something. Carl, you still here? What's the color of this? What's that blue color? Night Sky, I think it is. Something like that. Yeah, Night Sky. That's it. It's Night Sky blue and orange. They're beautiful colors. They really are. Fantastic colors. All right. What's up, Robbie Mac? Sorry you're late to the party. You'll have to go back and watch it, buddy. We're down to the talking segment now. Yeah, but you have other things, right? Other things that could happen. They're right at $40 for 750 grams, I think. $35 to $40. Something like that for 750. Yeah. Yeah, they're expensive. That's why I said the purge blocks hurt, man. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of plastic, and it's weighty. Okay, that went with the benchy. That way. So that's true. I guess you could give them as building blocks or something. That's still just real cool. Make sure the infill is orange instead of blue. You can set the default infill to a certain color, but you can't use the purge to infill that way. You'll buy them, you can use them. 425-954-5298. I don't know who that is. It's one of them numbers that you got. I don't want to answer that crap. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I may try that on a much smaller model. Oh, I will. I will absolutely tab Miss Louise Driggers. Hope she's doing okay in Texas. Yeah, I don't know that you can though, Carl. That's what I don't. I'm still learning about that slicing the multicolor, so I got to learn a little more. You know, if you can do that, that's awesome, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Matt, once the parts came in that fixed the issue I was having, absolutely, it was pretty simple to get working. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool, Nuru. But yeah, once we found out the gears were too small, and they sent me some new gears, and I got a new thermistor because mine went bad. It actually it was really simple. Had the gears been correct and my thermistor not been going bad whenever I got the unit, yeah, it probably would have been done that day, and I'd have had no issues, and I'd have had no bitches except for the firmware changes that I talked about that Nuru says are coming, or at least some of them are. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I said I would buy it again. I really would. And it, you know, firmware updates and you know, better help desk notes from people like me that have done stuff and they figured out how and what's going on. Those are going to help anybody that gets one from now on. So this thing works really well. You just need to plan, because it takes, oh yeah, I talked about the gears. But it takes a lot of room. It does take a lot of room. Now you can do things like Filament Frenzy did, like Tom did. He built, or he had a cabinet that this fits on the bottom, and he has 2 shelves above, and he used the part that he printed for the PTFE tube out the back, and he just drilled the holes to it. So he feeds the filament through there, through the little catch block. It's not as elegant as I would like, but it's a really cool idea the way he's got it working. And it only takes up the space of the cabinet. So this one, I mean, if you put this on a table, it says a minimum of 40 centimeters from the printer to the front of the thing. But if you don't, I don't even think my closest one is 40 centimeters. And those tubes whip around a lot in the back. So it would be much better to have those mounted solidly, more so than what this is. So, but you're going to have that with the filament minder that it's got on the front of the filament spools. All right. Well, tomorrow night on Country Time, we're going to look at Adelinda Dragon. I hope. Cross my fingers. You will see what we've got. And we will discuss the hurricane some more. Should know a little bit more tomorrow about what's going on. We will just continue to chat for sure. Crossing your fingers? Yeah, I hear you. Well, if they do the lac table enclosure thing, that's cool. You still have to have 2 lac tables, which I do, that you can then designate for this, right? A gradient rows. Huh, I wonder, can you do gradients? I don't think you can do gradients with this. You might be able to. It'd be awesome if you could. If you could do that purge like in a vase, how cool would that be? And just let it, pull it out, change and purge as it goes along. I have lac table extensions, legs. I wouldn't do an enclosure. I don't really need. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's absolutely awesome. I got 2 lac tables. I got one here and one in the living room. The TiVo's on the one in the living room, and by the way, it's still printing very, very nicely. Very, very nicely. As I showed off last night, you can see my squizzle. And this is the protopasta that I could never print with the other one. And then here's the singing serpent, the other one from Luby. I thought about doing this one multicolor, but I don't really care for the pedestal in multicolor, so. But the TiVo's still printing good, so we're good there. Well, it's not even. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about choosing to print a vase where you change colors, so you can have 5 color changes in it, but it would slowly change as it purged. Get what I mean? And it wouldn't have to be a big vase. Wouldn't have to be big at all. But how cool would that be? They have an auto deplete feature. Oh, I'll have to look into that, man. Because I think that would be cool if you put like 5 cool of these polyalchemy elixirs or something in there, and you just had a vase and it was going around and it just swapped from one to another. And just, oh, wouldn't that be awesome? And I also want to learn how you use up little spools, because that's another cool thing that I would like to do. Because then you could do a vase like that and just tell it, hey, this is all the same color, just do it, and then it wouldn't bleed it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. And just randomize the filament. Yeah, almost empty spools. Yeah, that. I want to learn how to do that too. It's another good thing about this. You know, that's awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to take the last couple minutes to tell you, if you want to support the channel, the links are below. My daughter's still going to Ireland in January, and her GoFundMe is still down below. So if you got a little extra money and you can kick it to her, then do it, man. If you're not a Patreon, you can become a Patreon. I don't do a whole lot with it right now. I'm still trying to get all that stuff leveled out. I suck at Facebook, I suck at Twitter, and I suck at Patreon. But you know, I'm on YouTube every day. What's up, Uncle Ron? How are you, buddy? I know you can do that with the pallet, Jake from State Farm. I think you should be able to do it with this as well. Just don't know how. But if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely, my friend. Not as much as Chris, though. Not as much as Chris what? A manicured frog. It's not a manicured frog. It's absolutely an Adelinda. I'm good, brother. I can't. Oh, suck at Twitter? Well, Chris isn't on Twitter. Pretty sure he would dissect Twitter code or something if he got on it. Busy. Yeah, busy. You're right. So, anywho. We will talk about that tomorrow, the hurricane and all that stuff tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Oh, at this point it still looks like a frog. I knocked something down and I don't know what it was. I have no idea. Heard it bouncing. Alright, guys. Oh, it was a top. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to get out of here with my traditional. I still haven't changed any of my videos, so I'm going to work on some of that too. New entrance video and all that kind of good stuff. But for now, we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one.